Hello good people, my name is Albanas and once again welcome to my channel where your belief system is challenged. I've always followed to understand why things work the way they work. I was born in a small village in Kenya, Machakos County, Yata Sub-County, Chasioni Village. That place is where the stones come for constructions, and so as we're growing on, our young boys, people admired to finish class 8 so that they can be able to join the quarry to do the same work which was done by our fathers, or if I can say, our parents. However, I grew up on a funny state of life, but I had something. I was more aggressive because I always admired those of us who try to work hard, go to university, they come back to the village, they look great, so I admired kind of life. I chose a different path. I decided not to do what other people were doing, despite the fact that most of us just wanted to finish school, and when they done school, uh, and the school to them was class 8, to go to high school those days was a no walk in the park, and you had to prove enough that you qualified to join that particular secondary school. However, I did not. I was not doing. When I was in standard 1, I was doing very well. I think I was a bright student. But by the time I was in class 4, I got to a company which was not very good, which was just from my own relatives, and I must say that I lost focus. But in class 7, I decided to repeat on my own. Nobody influenced me. It was just my decision. I realized that I was not doing well, and then I decided that I need to go back to class, and then I do something and I prove to what I am before all those days. So I did that, and I worked up again. After repeating, I bet I've ever scored 100 marks, 181 marks. That's how useless I was becoming. But then I realized myself, I realized my potential, and then I worked again, and then immediately I repeated standard 7 out of my personal decision. And that is what I call you have to get a point where you understand what you need to do with your life. And the moment you're able to know what you have to do with your life, things are basically going to go as you wish them to go. Since that time, I repeated, and first marks I scored was 298 marks. That was the highest marks I ever scored, coming position 3. The school was not performing. It's a village school whereby we taught it Kikamba, it's those schools whereby the teacher will speak one sentence in English, then he translate the same sentence in Kikamba so that the student can understand. So English was an hell to us, you could not just understand English. Well, coming position 3, that gave me hope that, oh, look, Albanas, you can do it. So bright, and then I remembered who I was. So from that time I worked very hard, and I maintained top position in standard 7 and class 8, and finished rather completed my KCP, scoring 300 marks. Actually, I got 300 marks flat. If I could have scored less than that, that basically meant I could have been in the league of 200. So at least I am proud to say that I scored 300. But if I only subtracted 1, then I could do about that. However, English was an headache to me. I scored the poorest in English in class 8, 40 out of the possible 100 marks. And you cannot imagine if I scored 300 and then English was 40. You can imagine. But I was a good in maths, sciences, and social studies. I performed well. And I went to Form 1 with fear. So I joined Matungulu Boys High School. And when I went to Matungulu Boys, as a norm, that was what you call the extra county schools right now. Those days were called professional schools. So I joined Matungulu Boys, and no doubt I went there as those people were the lowest marks out of the school, because being at such a school, 300 marks was not a max. I met guys who scored 350, 360, the guys who performed, man. But that gave me fear, and that's why, to some extent, I believe fear is good, because fear can make you There's a fear which is constructive and there's fear which is destructive. So the fear to fail here became constructive to me, and that's what I was able to do and become a better person. So I worked with the fear of I might be the last if I don't work hard. To my surprise, I managed position 2 in the first exam. That gave me hope that everything is possible and all can always be done. However, I had to organize myself so that I can be able to do the best which is possible to be done. So I worked very hard and remained focused, and no doubt today I can say that I've at least been able to achieve something out of that sacrifice. So I finished Form 4. I got a better grade. I did not manage to go to job. It was unfortunate, but I got a good grade. But those days to go job made 63 points and above. So scoring a B, 62, or less than that one as a boy was a challenge, not like today. So I had to hustle, for which I hustled for almost 2 years outside. After I finished my school, I worked as an hotel cleaner, call them steward, in a club in Meru for almost a year. I left there, I've worked in Mjengo. I've done all what is possible to be done to just have a living, and later on I cleared my school fees, joined university, and today I'm a qualified physics math teacher and practicing within the commission TSC. And today I believe, and I just cut my story short, I believe that you can always achieve, you can always get what you want as long as you're focused enough, as long as you remain determined, as long as you do what is supposed to be done. Because some people will blame the system, some people will blame their parents, some people will blame their upbringing for the life they live today. But I want to tell you purely that these were pure decisions which I've been able to make on my own self. So I want to challenge you today. Go for what you believe you can be able to achieve. The fact that you believe is possible is a sure way that you can do it. So I want to urge all of you to believe in yourself, get focused, identify what you want to do with your life. Don't copy people, just identify your path for life. And the moment you identify your path for life, I want to assure you, you're going to go there where you want. I have seen people who blame their background, who blame the government, who blame even their older sisters and their parents. I want to tell you, you are totally responsible for your decisions. You're totally responsible for your future. Being born in a poor background, being raised up in a poor background is none of your business. Nobody, none of us decides to be born where we were born. But then if you decide to die poor, that is your personal decision. And I want to tell you, it's going to haunt you forever. So you must be able to make a decision that is going to make you a better person. At the moment you do that, I want to show you, you will have a path. I do this and I'm so focused enough. I have not achieved much, but I believe in the next few years, I'll be somebody to watch. And that time, I'll come back, tell you, this is what I told you, and this is what you are supposed to do. So just follow up and do the best you will be able to do. And you're going to achieve that what you dream to achieve. Because we are always what we think we are. Thank you. If you're new to the channel, consider subscribing for more of this one. I'll come up to give this in details so that you can be able to know what we know not. What is. What is not. The law of exclusion.